Testing, 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 testing. Hello, and welcome to. I think I'm gonna turn that down a little bit, just a bit. Hello, much better. Now it doesn't peak, at least. Hello, and welcome to. Hello, and welcome to the June 2024 monthly update. It's been a pretty good month. What do I start with? I start with things I've done. Well, one of the things I've done this month is I've gone back through, just the last couple of days, I've gone back through the last few monthly updates, and I've added chapters in the description, so intro, things I've done, things I've watched, things I've listened to, all that stuff. I will do that to this one as well once it's uploaded. Just to make it easy to navigate in the future, if people want to hear me talk about stuff, they can just skip straight to films I've watched and things I've listened to and stuff like that. It's mainly just for me to keep a record of everything that's mainly the reason I do these, is just to keep a record of all the things that have happened to me and how I'm feeling about things at the time. But anyway, that is that. So, talking about things that I have done. So, I, of course, have been doing a lot more on the gaming channel, because it's fun to do, and so that's that. But things that are listed here, at least, I did another compilation. This one still Python related, but not necessarily just Monty Python. It's Neil Innes, who is one of the many seventh Pythons. And it's every version that I could find of his song, I'm the Urban Spaceman, or just Urban Spaceman, depending on how you want to do it. And basically, I found all the performances I could of him, both with and without the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band, and put them together in one video. I didn't include sort of amateur concert performances, like someone in the concert with their phone recording him, because there were loads of those and they were all really crap quality, so I didn't include them. These are just like official professional recordings. But it's good, you get to see like the evolution of the song from the psychedelic 60s to the synthesized 80s, with a few different performances in different styles. It's very interesting. So that evolution of the song, which is very nice. It's a very good song as well. I'd only seen, I think, about 2 of these performances when I first started compiling the video. But there's a lot more than that, so it's nice. Then I released the 4th and final single from the upcoming album, called I'm Under Arrest. It's the B-side to Blank Face Blues. What can I say? It's a song. It's about how people can be arrested for telling jokes and expressing opinions and stuff like that, which is a thing that unfortunately happens quite a bit in our modern world, which is unfortunate. It's always happened, really. People talk about it like it's a new thing. The more I think about it, Lenny Bruce was arrested in the 60s for making jokes, and people have been arrested all throughout history for expressing opinions. So it's not a new thing, but it's new to England, which is why I'm worried about it. And that's that, basically. I obviously have not been arrested yet for telling jokes or expressing opinions, but, it's only a matter of time. They'll get to us all eventually. They'll have to make the prisons a lot bigger. I reckon it'd save money if they just built a wall around England and just made the whole thing a prison. But anyway, that's that. I still have one more song to record for the album. I mean, I've got 2 months to record it, so hopefully I'll be able to do that by then. I mean, it's only 2 minutes. I mean, are people really going to complain about a 38-minute album as opposed to a 40-minute one? I doubt it. But I'd like to get it done. I might have to make a cover to save time. But anyway, we'll find out. You'll find out. I'll read out. What's this track listing? If Devil Dog comes straight after a message from below, you'll know that I haven't added a song. And if there is a song between those two, then you will know that I have in fact added something. Particularly if it's a cover. Anyway, that's that. Then, very exciting, more Mark and Mike. It was sometime last year that I did last, and it's a 3-parter. The third part, well, the story is called The Newsman and the Shifty Twins. It is about these couple of guys called the Shifty Twins, who are twins, and they are shifty. They are employed by a entity known as the Controller to capture Mike for reasons that I'm not going to tell you because it's kind of a spoiler. You'll just have to watch them. It is a 3-parter. The third part is not out yet. It will be coming out on Tuesday, because these first 2 came out on a Tuesday, and it's nice to get it like weekly. And that I have nearly finished recording part 3. I was going to start recording it today, but then my eye, which I'm going to show you, my eye has started developing a thing. Some of you may remember a couple of years ago, I got things on this eye. I got a lump on the lower eyelid and a lump on the upper eyelid. Now I've got a lump on this lower eyelid there, you can kind of see. It's not as bad as those ones, but I wanted to start recording this before it got any worse. It actually seems to be getting better. I think that might be because I've been washing it properly, like, you know, getting like eye wash and doing that and putting like a wet, cold piece of tissue paper on it. So I think that's helping. But it does seem to be getting better. It was at its worst on the day I first noticed it, and it's just sort of gotten better since, so that's good. But anyway, I only have one more sort of scene to film, which I intend to film today, and then I can get that all edited. I've already started editing the bits I've recorded, because I sort of have different reels for where I've recorded it. So there's like, basically, in the next part 3, there's scenes that I do in here, in this room, there's scenes I do in the lounge, and there's scenes that I do on the landing outside the room, and each one of those is a separate reel that I edit separately and then can put them together. It intercuts between them, so it's not just like 3 scenes, it cuts back and forth between them, but I record them in one go, and edit them in one go, and then cut them and put them where they're meant to go. And I just have the scenes to record in here. This is the spaceship, by the way. If you've seen those 2, part 1 and 2 of those, you will know that there are some scenes in a spaceship, which is just kind of a black void, and that is in fact this room. What I do is I have some pieces of wood that were from an old wardrobe, and I put them on top. You can see the bed here, there's these metal bars going across, and I put them through there, and I drape a black piece of cloth sort of thing, black blanket over them, and then I turn the lights off, and I get like different coloured lights. Like on YouTube you can get like 10-hour green screens and 10-hour red screens and stuff like that, so I put those on. And I also get this light here and get some sort of coloured plastic and put it over the end and use that. And that's basically how I achieve that. And then of course I add an echo in post-production to the audio. It's not perfect. In fact, I've already noticed after rewatching these first two parts a couple of times, there are loads of continuity errors already. And in fact, there are going to be some in the next one that I've only just noticed as well, but I can't be bothered to refilm anything. So, but anyway, these are also the longest ones I've recorded so far. Part 2 was over 9 minutes, and at least according by word length, because that was 800 words in the script. Part 3 is 1,100 words, so it seems like that may very well go over 10 minutes, in which case it would be the very first Mark and Mike to do so. But anyway, that is, I think, all I've done this month. Let me just check anyway, just to be safe. Check the monthly update. Check the monthly update, do it, dim dum. Check the monthly update, dim dum do. See if there's anything else I've done. Ah, yes, of course. I have been sorting some Lego, because we have huge boxes of Lego. And I've been sorting them out in sort of 1 by blank, 2 by blank, 3 by blank, so on. I haven't gotten very far. I've gotten about 10 Tupperware containers sorted now. Oh no, 11, sorry. I see here. 11. And that is basically it. It's not much. I haven't even made a dent in one of the boxes, one of the big tubs of Lego yet, but you know, it's a start. I expected to get a lot more done, but it doesn't really matter. And also on the gaming channel, just yesterday I uploaded a 10-hour long video, which has been uploaded for about a month privately. But I was just waiting for the right time to upload it, and I thought, well, I might as well just upload it at the end of the month. That makes sense. And basically, it is every single that I could find. I know there are several videos that I've recorded, but have just been lost to time. But it's pretty much every video from when I started recording videos. But the earliest one is in 2016, and the latest one was from earlier this year. It's basically every single unreleased video. Some of them were unreleased because I just forgot about them. Some of them are unreleased because something went wrong during the recording. And some of them are unreleased just because I didn't think they were very good. But I just thought it'd be funny to upload 10 hours of something, so I did. Also, a couple of them were released, but then I took them down later, and they're in there as well. Because I can. Free country. Shh. So, there. That is things I've done this month. I don't think I've forgotten anything. If I have, I'll probably come back to it later. Moving on to plans for next month. Of course, the next Mark and Mike will be coming out on Tuesday, which will be the finale of the 3-parter. There's still one more story to go in season 4, which will not be coming out for quite some time, because I haven't even written it yet. I mean, I've written like a couple of drafts, but I want to write it again, because I wrote it quite a while ago, and it's not actually funny. And I keep forgetting the whole point of Mark and Mike is that it's meant to be funny. And I kind of fell into the science fiction thing, trying to make it serious. And you may have noticed I don't have a budget, so trying to make proper science fiction is not an intelligent idea. So that'll be that. I think these are quite funny. These ones that I've been doing this month. You'll have to tell me, won't you? But that is... what other plans for next month? Well, on the 25th of next month, I'm going to be going away for a few days with my mama and my dada, and possibly my brother, I'm not sure. Although I realise he has actually been practising cycling the last few days. So he might be doing that in preparation, because we take our bikes on the holiday. So I think he probably is coming with us, actually. But obviously that won't affect the uploads on the gaming channel, because I'm going to schedule them all, like I try to do. So that won't really affect you, but obviously it means I won't be able to live stream at that point. Any other plans for next month? I don't think so. Moving on to things I've watched this month. Things I've watched this month. These are not in the right order, but I'm gonna do it because when I've been watching for the longest and I've only just finished it, I'm gonna start with season 12 of Lego Ninjago, which I just finished yesterday, and I started it pretty much immediately after I finished season 11, but I just kind of got bored halfway through, so I've only just finished it. But it was still very good. I just needed a break from it, I suppose. So it's been a couple of months in the making, in the watching. It was released 2020. They released actually a lot of stuff in 2020. I think they released like 3 or 4 seasons in 2020, which was lucky because then one of the main voice actors died in 2020. So it's good they managed to get all that stuff out before that happened. But anyway, I haven't got to his final scenes yet, because that's quite a few seasons ahead. Because like I did, they kind of do what I do with the gaming channel. They kind of bulk recorded it in 2020. So they got like, I could probably check. I'll check. Why not? Why not? Does no harm, does it? Does no harm. 2020. 3 seasons. Seasons 11, 12, and 13. Well, season 11 started in 2019 and went to 2020. And seasons 12 and 13 were both recorded in 2020. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, basically they get stuck in a video game and they have to beat the video game to get out of it. I'm not going to tell you anymore because you might want to watch it. But it was pretty good. Then, and by then I mean before, but obviously I've been watching that one for the longest, so I want to get it out of the way first. I have watched 2 seasons, or series, I should say, of a show that really, being a discerning comedy fan, I should have watched a long time ago. But it's a show that whenever, it's a lot like The Simpsons, that whenever it's not a lot like The Simpsons, but what I mean is, it's like The Simpsons in the sense that whenever I've walked in on my mum and dad watching it, and watched it for a little bit, I never really liked it that much. And I have in fact actually watched a little bit more of The Simpsons this month, but again, I still haven't even finished season 1. Whereas, Only Fools and Horses, I have finished 2 whole series. And in fact, I would have continued on with series 3, but I thought I better leave it so that I don't, ruin it for myself. So I've watched the first 2 series of Only Fools and Horses. It's very good. It's very slow. There's not that many jokes in an episode. I mean, I said this before. There's 3 very famous moments from this show. There's 3 moments that I knew beforehand. There is the chandelier falling and breaking, him falling through the bar, Del falling through the bar because they put the thing up, and him and Rodney dressed up as Batman and Robin. Now, those 3 moments are probably, at least from an outsider, the most iconic moments from that show. Now, not only are those from 3 completely different episodes, they're from 3 completely different series of the show. Now, something like Fawlty Towers would have all those 3 in one episode. And that's what I mean, I suppose that's why it's a lot easier to get into something like Fawlty Towers, because it's so jam-packed full of jokes. Like, a minute doesn't go by without something funny happening. Whereas Only Fools and Horses, 5 minutes might go by without something funny happening, because it's also, it's more of a comedy drama in a way, because there's some very sort of serious moments in it. That's not to say it isn't enjoyable, it is, but you know, it's, I don't know how to explain it. I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. It's very good. Particularly, my favourite bit in it so far is in episode 2 of series 1, where these two women at a bar, and you see them from behind, and Rodney spots them from across the room and asks Del to go and chat them up. And he sort of goes up to them and puts his arms around them. And he comes back. And they're men. Dressed as women. Which is very amusing. I could have just not spoiled that, but none of you ever click ahead to actually watch any of the stuff I recommend, so I just thought I'd tell you the joke. Men! With stubble and everything, they haven't even bothered to shave. But anyway, that's very amusing. There is some stuff that I feel they could have worked out a little bit better. Like, there's this one episode, I think it's in series 2. It is, yeah. I think it's episode 2 of series 2. Doesn't really matter. Called Ashes to Ashes, where they like have this urn, or they have these 2 urns, and they're really expensive, but they have someone's ashes inside one of them. And so they want to try and get rid of but the urns are like £300, which in 1982 was, you know, well, it was £300, wasn't it? But what it would be now would be probably more. Well, I mean, I know it'd be more, but you know what I mean. I mean, £300 is a lot now, but it was even more back then. Anyway, what am I saying? Yeah, so they want to respectfully get rid of the ashes so that they can sell the urn. They don't just want to dump them somewhere. And basically, the conclusion of the episode, they finally get rid of the ashes in this urn. And then the sort of punchline, because every episode of Only Fools and Horses has, I mean, most sitcoms do, but this one, Only Fools and Horses, it's like, because there's so few jokes in each episode, it's like the big laugh is the very end of the episode, usually. And basically, the big laugh at the end of that episode is that there's 2 urns, and the other one also has someone's ashes in it. And it's not that good of a punchline. I thought that they want to sell these urns, right? So I assumed, and there's a bit in a boat, I assumed that they were going to like break the urn or something. That's an obvious punchline. So I thought, and there's this bit where they're in the boat, and this sentence is immensely well constructed, isn't it? Thank you very much. They're in a boat, and they're trying to dump the ashes, basically, just in the Thames. Respectfully, of course. And basically, what I thought was going to happen is that another boat their boat was going to rock, and he was going to drop the urn in the sea. That would have been funny, but instead they just went with the other one also had some ashes in it, which is like the easiest solution, because it's not like, you think a good punchline at the end of an episode like that is something that's you can't undo, but with that, there's more ashes. Okay, just open the window and dump them out, or dump them in the bin or something. It's simple, right? Because by the end, they've kind of already given up on getting rid of the first guy's ashes respectfully, because they've tried to get rid of it respectfully in various cases, and they failed each time, so they end up just sort of getting sucked up by a road sweeper. Which is funny. But then the other ashes they could just dump anywhere, you know? And it would have been funnier and more irreversible if the urns got broken somehow. So that's what I would have done. Anyway, who am I? I'm not John Sullivan, so he can do what he wants with this show. Anyway, other things I've watched this month, which again I haven't linked here because I only talk about them. So I only link things there that that I watch sat here at this computer. But as I'm sure you all know, I will watch things with my mother and dada. And I show them things, and they show me things, and a couple of films, two, that Dad's shown me. One was actually last month, which is why it's not listed here on my timetable. And I wouldn't have remembered to talk about it had I not rewatched the last one just, like, yesterday. But basically, it's The Englishman Who Went Up a Hill But Came Down a Mountain. It's a Hugh Grant thing. It was alright. I can't actually really remember much about it. All I know is that there's a hill, and they want to make it a mountain, so they dump a load of dirt on top of it. And it is based on a true story. And I've actually been to the mountain. I didn't know it was the mountain at the time. Because I hadn't seen the film yet, but I have been to the real mountain, not the one in the film, but the real mountain that the story is based on. And there, I don't know what else to say. That's basically that. And then I watched Falling Down, which was another one that Dad showed me, which I just didn't like it that much. I don't know why. It just wasn't really my cup of tea, so to speak. It was just kind of... I didn't like how the main character is portrayed as the goodie when he's so obviously a baddie. That's my problem with it. It was okay. There were a couple of funny bits, but it's mostly just crap. What's his name? The actor. The other actor, not the actor who plays that guy, but there's... what's his bloody name? Oh, I hate it when my head does this. It's so annoying. What's his name? What is his name? Robert Duvall. Jesus Christ. Alzheimer's. Right. Robert Duvall is in it, and he's good, as he is in everything. Jesus Christ. I need a new brain, really. I need new most things, actually. But anyway... I haven't listened to anything this month. So that's really that. Digby. Digby. Sorry, I haven't been looking at the chat because YouTube, this is something I want to complain about that's happened this month. YouTube changing their stupid bloody layout again. So that now I can't look at the description of the video and the chat, because the description they've moved to the side, and all the videos are underneath. So that's annoying. Like, can YouTube stop? I swear, they're like the Conservative Party. They want people to leave. They want, like, it must be getting so expensive for them that they're trying... This is what I think genuinely now. I've only made this up this second, but now that I think about it for 5 seconds, I think it might actually be true, right? They're purposely making YouTube worse so that there are less people on YouTube, so that it's less expensive for them to host the servers. That's what I think. They're so stupid. Like, why would you do this? This is the stupidest layout I've ever seen. So you can either... If you're doing a live stream, you can either look at the chat, or you can look at the description. And then all the videos that are recommended are underneath the video rather than at the side. This is stupid. Anyway, welcome Digby. Sorry about that. Da 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 da. Question of the day: ducker or geese? Oh, I mean ducker. I mean, you know what I mean? Ducker was just the best. Ducker is the best. What is the best meal deal? I don't know. Because I don't know what you mean. What makes a good breakfast? Well, for me, just like a bowl of honey Cheerios or something, or a bowl of, you know what I mean? A bowl of a bowl of stuff, a bowl of golden nugget, or a bowl of crabs, or just a can of Coke, which is usually my breakfast most days, I must admit. What thing oddly creeps you out? What oddly creeps me out? I mean, there's loads of things that creep me out. Spiders, the dark. What's strange that creeps me out? I'm not sure. All my fears are pretty rational. What oddly creeps me out? I don't know. I couldn't say, because I don't know the answer to the question. You fear mushrooms? That's very sad. I'm sorry to hear that, Digby. Sitcoms annoy you. Well, you need to fix that, mate, because Fawlty Towers is the greatest piece of television in history. So you need to check that out. It does annoy me, people lumping all sitcoms in together. It's like lumping in, you know, all forms of comedy together. It's like some of it's good, some of it isn't. Same with sitcoms. Some of them are bad, some of them are very good. If you seriously haven't watched Fawlty Towers, Digby, you need to watch it, because it's like required viewing for any human being. Anyway, unless you have any specific questions, Digby, which I mean, wrong. Best part of TV is Monty Python. Yeah, well, I mean, 1/6 of Monty Python made Fawlty Towers, didn't it? So unless you have any questions, Digby, and I mean serious, actual, proper questions, and not what's your favourite piece of paper or stuff like that, then I'll probably be ending this live stream here. It's been a pretty good monthly update. 33 minutes and 47, 48, 49, 50 seconds. That's pretty good. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Serious question: what is better, Sunday roast or fungal English breakfast? Well, about 90% of the stuff in a full English breakfast is stuff I don't like. A Sunday roast. By Sunday roast, I presume you mean when there's like lots of different sort of trays of stuff on the table and you get to pick what you like. So I'd have to go with Sunday roast on that, because whereas, you know, with a full English breakfast, all the stuff is all mixed up on a plate, you know, but with Sunday roast you can pick the bits that you like. So I'd have to go with Sunday roast. That is, I think, going to have to be all for this time. I'll see various people, i.e. you, on a later day. Well, tomorrow, part 3 of Half-Life Opposing Force will be going up on the second channel. Haven't actually uploaded it yet, but you know, it doesn't take a day to upload stuff. So I think that's gonna have to be all for this time. See you in Gmod most likely. At some point, indeed, I will. Yes. I still haven't edited the sandbox videos that we recorded, but I'll get around to it. I've started editing it, but I haven't gotten really around to finishing it yet. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.